Hello, you guys, and we are about 2 hours away from the new year coming upon us. And for those out there who are excited, I congratulate you. For those who are scared for the next year that's coming up, don't worry, girlfriend, you made it through this year. You can definitely make it through next year. I will personally say it has been a little bit of a tough year for me, a little bit mentally, a little bit physically. I'm not where I thought I kind of would be. And I think I'm just kind of here to let you know, hey, you're gonna do okay. You're stronger than you think you are. You really are. And to whatever the things that you are scared of doing, like even me, public speaking, that is why I'm daily trying to pick up the camera a little bit and speak into it, or make funny TikToks or make YouTube shorts, just so I'm able to conquer that fear of just looking into a camera and speaking into the unknown, not certain of who's going to be on the other side kind of receiving my information. And it is nerve-wracking, but it's exciting to kind of say, hey, even in 2024, I put myself out there to do public speaking, and I'm allowing myself to be fully raw and unedited on certain YouTube videos. That way, like, the awkward pauses that I do have, that's normal human behavior. It's gonna happen. When you're having a conversation with anybody, you pause a little bit, you take a moment to think on what you're about to say. And even this little kitty here, like, she is helping me out. I'm house sitting for this little cutie and a little crew of like other animals too, but like, she's really helping. Like, thank you for being such a great guest. I know you can only see the tops of her ears, but she's just a cute little bundle of joy. But yeah, I am gonna be turning 28 this year, and I think that's what's gotten me thinking I need to push myself a little bit forward more. I need to accelerate myself a little bit more. And no, it's not a fear of like, oh my god, I'm reaching 28, I'm like extremely old, and after 28 I can't achieve anything else. No, it's not that sort of fear, but it's being very, very intentional with my time, being very intentional with how I spend, being very intentional with what I'm doing with my time and who I'm spending it with. I want to make sure to keep up with the people that I love to hear from. And even this past year, like going through certain stuff with my personal life, it was me sort of closing in, like not being able to know how to handle a situation because I'm going through it for the first time. So I think I'm kind of an avoidant when I'm dealing with problems, where it's like, I can handle it, I got it, I can do it all by myself. But then there are amazing people in my life who love to reach out, and I want to say a huge thank you to them too, because they are some of the reasons why like I push through sometimes. Like if I'm having a bad day, but I'm like, hey, that person texted today, or if I'm feeling a little bit down and the right person happens to call at the right time, I'm telling you, it's the universe, it's God. I don't know what it is, but I have to thank my awesome family. I have to thank my awesome coworkers and friends who will reach out to me once in a while to check, hey, how are you doing? And it's nice to hear from and to feel seen, and that's a huge thing. And I try to make sure the people who I am speaking to, that I make them feel seen and heard too, because I think it's important. In this world full of like 8 point something billion people, it's easy to say, oh my god, I have 20 friends, I have 30 friends, but it's not the quantity of friends. It really genuinely is the quality of who you have beside you, whether it's your aunt, whether it's your sister, whether it's your cousin, whoever it may be for you. You should really take a moment to like thank God or thank the universe, and thank them too for just being there. Thanking the universe for just having them in your life, because they really are a crucial point to building your own character. Because as much as people like to think like, oh, like go on solo trips and find yourself, it's like, yes, solo trips are there, and you do find a certain part of yourself when you go on solo trips. And I'm a huge advocate for saying travel by yourself at least once in your lifetime, before you get married or before you choose to have kids and all that stuff. But I truly believe there's something in finding yourself when you are by yourself. And then there's another part of you that you find when you're with others. When I'm with my 14-year-old cousin, I find this little puzzle piece of me. And then when I'm talking to my aunt, I'll find this little puzzle piece of me. And then when I'm talking to my sister, I'll find this little puzzle piece of me. Or anything, you know, like it's, yes, you need your alone time, but you also need to meet up with people, because that does build your character a lot. It shows you who you are when you interact with people. It shows you how you interact with people. There are certain aspects of me that maybe I don't like. Ooh, that's not how I should have treated her, or that's not how I should have dealt with that situation. It was a really good point this year. My aunt had called me out, saying that I wasn't like calling her enough, and that was totally and 100% on me. Like, there's no excuse in the book that I have that, oh, I'm too busy, or I'm not busy, or I'm too, you know, like, literally there's no excuse for it. If you want to make time for people, you can. And it's just taking a moment to realize the good parts of you, but also to realize the parts that you yourself are capable of fixing, you know? It's not like I've come upon this like uncurable disease and I have no way of handling. It's just might be little parts of you that, yes, you need to be aware of, and that's huge. And then in that awareness, you need to say, the only way to fix it is literally you. Like, because she called me out, I was able to take a mental note, like, hey, my calling really does matter to her. And it doesn't mean like I can think in my head, like, I really do care about her, I do think about her, and I like to send her texts once in a while. That doesn't matter. If like that other person likes to receive love in that way, either you tell them straight up front that, hey, I don't think I'm able to meet your needs in whatever way that you want, or you're able to tell them, hey, I will try to become a little bit more accountable every day for my actions. So because she had called me out, I intentionally started writing it in my planner, just so I'm able to remember, because sometimes in the hustle and bustle of life, you don't remember who you called or when you called. And then when they text you, it's like, hey, I just saw you like 3 weeks ago. No, buddy, it's been like 6 months. And in the midst of like just like running through daily tasks and stuff, sometimes it is harder to remember people who are not in your daily circle all the time. And it doesn't mean like you forget about them or you care about them any less. It's sometimes just like, okay, every day I have a list of tasks. Okay, I have to like maybe feed my dog, and then I have to like feed me this, and then I have to like go make sure to wash my clothes, and I have to do this. But like in that, it's good to just like set aside like an hour of your time to go through like, hey, who have I checked on? Who have I reached out to? Who have I like met up with in person? Who have I not traveled to in a bit? And sometimes you're not able to be like automatically like go to a different state. Maybe you don't have the funds right now, maybe you don't have the time, but sometimes it's just move to plan B. Call the person, FaceTime the person. We have so much technology and literally like no reason to kind of have an excuse for not being able to communicate with somebody. So I think that's a huge one for 2025. I want to be more intentional with the people that I love and the people that love me as well too. And if I'm not able to do what they want, I'm not able to do it. And that's genuinely what I have to say, and or I have to be honest with myself. Like sometimes I'm not going to be able to meet your needs. I am also a human being who is running on my own problems or my own worries, my own anxieties. And sometimes it is hard to keep up with other people, because it's like you're being a human being for the first time. I'm being 27 for the first time and dealing with this like personal situation, or I'm being 27 for the first time dealing with this financial situation, or I'm being 27 and learning how to even like navigate life. Like, what am I meant to be doing? What do I like to be doing? It's hard to kind of figure out for yourself in the midst of doing your daily activities. It's hard to find out like, what am I supposed to be doing in the long run? So I think that's the stuff that you find when you're in your alone time. And then when you're with your social groups, that's when you find in other parts of yourself. And that should be something you take into 2025. And even when they say 2025, it's just another day. Like, in the reality of it, it is just another day. Like, today's December 31st. Today's like okay, no, maybe that's not a good example. Okay, like say January 4th. Okay, January 4th is like, yay, Happy New Year's, because then I'll see you next January 4th. So every day is kind of like a New Year's Day in a weird way. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. But like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm on March 10th, like that's a New Year's for me too, because then I'll see you next March 10th. So it's just a form of like, in your daily actions, just make small improvements. Don't like gouge yourself. No, not to gouge. Don't like dump yourself with like a 12-page list of things you need to accomplish because it's January 1st. Most of the time, people don't even keep up with their New Year's resolutions, and that's because they like overwhelm themselves with like a 12-point bullet point of like things you should accomplish, and they never have like plan A, how to do it, plan B, how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no step by step, so then it makes you intimidated. Like, if I say like, hey, I want to become an actor tomorrow, or this year's goal is going to be I want to become an actor, and then you put that on your list, and then on week 3 you're like, it's not unattainable. Why? Because you never took time to like sit down and write step by step like what's possible plans that you can do to kind of hit that goal. Because just saying, I want to become an actor, that doesn't solve it, or that doesn't just make you automatically get it. You do have to kind of make a plan. Like, you can't just be like business. And then I've done that too. I've definitely been that person too, where I'll just put this great, amazing goal, I'll buy the things all for it, and then I'll sit down and be like, damn, I suck at it. I really do. And it's not because I suck at it, it's just because I genuinely went into it, or I bought the equipment, or I did this because I totally thought I could just like, boom, I buy the thing and then I'm able to do it. No, like, you actually have to sit down and come up with a plan, or a business plan, or come up with a marketing plan, something for it to sort of move forward, you know? And I will say, because I am the queen of starting new things all the time, I will say that is definitely something I'm doing in 2025 of like, I just want to see myself doing things towards my goal and doing it every day in small forms consistently. Like, consistency is my word for 2025, and I want to keep up that word for myself. Like, if I could get a tattoo of that, that would be my word right here for 2025. But yeah, consistency is a huge thing. This time of year shouldn't be intimidating to you, because it's an exciting chance for you to, yes, come up with new goals for yourself, but every day you should kind of be having like new goals for yourself. And for me, like a big one I had put myself in like July of this past year was, I just want to start, even if I'm not going to be like crazily looking out there for huge weight loss, I just want to start eating better. And I totally have, like, unless I'm on vacation or something. But even then, I'm still making like decently smart choices. Like, I just started integrating like good foods in my daily, and once in a while I'll have like cheat days. And it doesn't mean like, today, now that it's like December, I'm seeing like huge drastic like weight loss, but it's me integrating new habits, and I'm habit stacking, and that is something I have never done before. So I have to say, pat on my back for that, because I've never been the queen of consistency at all. Like, consistency where, if you look in my life? Like, no. But I'm very proud to say that I've seen that in myself, and it's exciting to see me morphing into somebody that my younger version would like to see. And younger version likes this version of Angela, who is just trying her best, is doing her best daily, and is not like making my expectations for myself so high that I'm not even able to achieve it, and then telling like present me, here's a huge list of goals, like go and achieve it, like without any like state of reference, any point of reference. Yeah, any point of reference. It's like, here you go, this stack of books you have to like go and you have to go and achieve. And and then I never give myself a plan. So younger me did not like that, especially like, oh, if I was told from like parents or I was told from like family members, like, hey, there's this huge problem, I want you to go solve it. How am I supposed to solve it? I don't know nothing. So younger me is very happy with current me right now, and I'm excited to see where I'm going in the future. I don't know what it is, what I'm gonna be doing, but I know it's gonna be someone who I'm proud of and someone I'm working toward daily. And I feel like when it comes back to the weight thing, I think I've lost a decent amount of weight, like especially from my face. I feel like my face is where I always used to see it first. It's not my like dream weight yet, and even when I put my dream weight out there, it's not dream weight to say, oh my god, I look amazing in photos or I look amazing in my outfits. It's genuinely because I just want to live healthier as I'm living longer. Because I don't want to be at 50 and be totally unhealthy. And I was just like, if I'm gonna live long anyway, which I really want to, I might as well live a little bit healthier. That way, like quality of life is not like terrible, you know? So, but yeah, this is me spitting out a whole bundle of words today and just putting myself out there. So here's to another day. Thank you for joining the channel. I know we did leave a little bit abruptly. I genuinely don't even know where I started off this conversation, but I just wanted to word dump, whatever it is. No, mind dump. And I did it. This building has like a cute rooftop, and I was about to go upstairs and go do it, but then I saw two girls sitting in the lobby that leads to the exit of the rooftop. And then I was just like, yeah, no, my like socialness could never. Even though I am an extrovert, but I was just like, me bringing this like huge phone stand and this. And then I was like, do I really want to be talking in the cold? Because all I can think is like my audio in this phone would just be like whoosh, whoosh, like wind the entire time. And then it would just be like me trying to be like, yeah, I'm doing so good. I'm 120, like, because I'm freezing, because the rooftop is kind of cold. But yeah, go into this year really proud of who you are. Make your inner child happy, because that's literally all that matters. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Love you guys.